Okay, oh my gosh, I actually recorded the whole thing and didn't realize that I actually had a time limit. So, okay, I have to re-record this part, the part 2, okay? So I think it cut me off at, all right, no accountability or support system, right? So, okay. Uh, Right, so no accountability support system to provide honest feedback or encouragement. So it can make it hard to stay motivated or to make the necessary changes when things are stalling or not going in the right direction. So, honestly, it's not an easy journey to try and lose weight, right? So, having support, moral support helps, in terms of a coach or a group of people that you can turn to, and honest feedback. So sometimes, for example, right, he thinks he's eating 2K, but because he's choosing the wrong entry, he's probably eating like maybe 2.3K, and that's going to cause him to stop or even, maybe put on some weight. So, yeah, okay. Then he may not know how to set realistic process goals. So he knows the outcome. I want to lose fat. The end goal is decrease in body fat, right? But you don't know the kinds of goals, like on a daily basis, what needs to be done to go there, and what is he willing to do, and based on what he's willing to do, what kind of what's a realistic rate of progress, right? And as a foodie, he might perceive healthy eating as unappealing. So, so this will make it challenging for him to adopt healthier eating habits, right? If he's a foodie, if he thinks healthy eating is unappealing, maybe very too bland for his taste, he thinks, right? Then it's just like all or nothing mindset. I either have to be indulgent, I have to eat all this food that I like, or if I eat healthy, I have to only eat bland food, which is not always true. Learning how to cook, learning how to season your food properly. All these can go a long way in making healthy food also taste good. It doesn't have to be one or another. It's not black or white kind of thing. Another pain point is possibly wanting to be a role model, because he is a father after all. A role model of what a healthy living, balanced living is. But he may struggle to, in his life right now, find the time to eat healthy or make positive changes, and he might be feeling guilty he's not setting a good example, right? Like maybe snacking. He's always snacking when he's doing homework with them, or they're always eating out, right? Tapao dinner kind of thing, and that may not be setting the best example. Yeah. He might another pain point is possibly he might worry about developing like obesity related health complications, hypertension, diabetes, even like joint pains, all this kind of thing that will result in medical costs down the road, not being able to work, and then not being able to care or be there for the kids, right? Yeah. So he drives. So I would assume that it's possibly sedentary or have low need. Again, that's gonna reduce his overall daily expenditure. So and he might have poor sleep. Poor sleep possibly, from a lot of worrying, high stress, worry about money, kids, maybe even his parents, kind of thing, his work, his colleagues. Also sleeping issues, possibly from being overweight, right? Like sleep apnea or something like that. So poor sleep, increased cortisol, increased ghrelin, increased craving for so-called this kind of like junk food, high calories, kind of thing. So which will make fat loss harder, because then he have to utilize a lot more willpower to like kind of resist all this tempting food. And then another one is chaotic eating with no structure to his day-to-day nutrition, right? So because he's very busy, he doesn't like really plan through what he's gonna eat in a day, and he just eats whenever, like, lunchtime I'll eat, dinner time I'll eat, food is here I'll eat, snack, that's something to pop into my mouth. So it'll be always helpful, and then there's a guide, right? You have a rough template of what you're going to eat at what time at each meal, roughly how much you're going to eat, what you're going to eat at what time. So this kind of take out a lot of the guesswork, and with like clarity that you're eating in a way that aligns with your goals and is moving you forward instead of moving you closer to your goals than moving you away from your goals. So yeah, he needs some sort of structure. I would think he needs some sort of more structured approach to his nutrition. Okay, and then lack of knowledge. This could be a lack of knowledge. So he's also overwhelmed by conflicting nutrition and fitness advice. So he doesn't know which is the best approach for his individual needs. Sense of confusion and uncertainty. Maybe he believes eating healthy requires organic or specialty food, which is not always true. He don't know what a realistic rate of fat loss is. So some of these is like, shortcuts per se, right? It's like, just going low carb or low fat. Because then there's less hassle. You don't have to think so much about planning your nutrition. Like low carb is just basically, in a way, no fruits, no starches, no grains, eat all the meat you want, butter, whatever. Just skip the noodles every time I order something, no rice at every meal. And then in a way you cut out a lot of calories, you do lose weight. It's just that short term, it's, I wouldn't say it's the worst approach, but if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing or how it works, then it's very hard for it to be sustainable, okay? Because you're not totally you're not aware of why it works. You think it works because of because it's low carb, but you're not aware that it's because it's making you eat less total calories, kind of thing. Yeah. So he needs, I guess, the lack of knowledge ranges. He needs clarity and someone or a team, people like coach that he can trust, take out a lot of the guesswork and to answer his questions and help him understand that why it's important to know why you encourage certain way of eating from a long-term perspective. Because again, we're not just here to help you lose weight. We want to help you lose the weight and then be able to keep it off for the long term, so you don't have to keep with this yo-yoing kind of thing. Okay, and then another one is fear of change. So or uncertainty. Even if you new habits or routines can be beneficial for your health and well-being, right? So some of these unhelpful behaviors, right, are actually like our way of coping, right? To self-soothe or to numb, right? Stress eating, emotional eating, Netflixing, scrolling through Instagram, whatever. Because again, these unhelpful are a way of coping. So there can be like resistance or ambivalence towards making change or giving up certain behaviors. So yeah, that's another pain point. Is this fear of change? Like, will it work or will my efforts pay off? Right? Is it worth to persist with new behaviors? Is it worth prepping my own food? Is it worth tracking calories? Is it worth spending 10 minutes every night deciding what I'm going to eat the next day? Why not just all this kind of thing. So yeah, so these are some of the pain points I think he might have. And then again, I don't think everyone needs to be macro tracking up front, because again, there is a learning curve. But I don't know, is this considered pain point? Is this related to our homework, right? So I'll just quickly go through it, like what I wrote here, right? So things macro tracking is burdensome and time consuming. So again, there is a learning curve to this, right? And so initially, yes, it can be time consuming and burdensome. you can make it better if you are planning ahead instead of trying to fit macros into meals on the spot. And that's where a lot of the frustration and anxiety comes in. If you can do it a day before, kind of thing, or at the beginning of each day, if you take out like 15 minutes to do it, then the rest of the day is a lot easier. You just look through your MyFitnessPal and then follow what you planned for yourself. And so, yes, I mean, this is a rough plan, right? You can adjust as you go, but the base plan is already there, right? Another thing with hypothyroidism is a tendency to seek variety in this diet, which may complicate tracking because you're always eating different things. Then you have to refigure out how much of the food you can eat, kind of thing, and that kind of thing. So yeah, and then again, this needs commitment, right? You need some sort of patience and commitment, so that tracking can become a bit more habitual and easy. Again, it's not about tracking forever. It's helping you gain awareness and to develop understanding of what you're eating. And then, from 22 onwards, it's more of, again, the struggles people have with tracking macros. But I think this is a bit, right now, right, based on the homework, it's a bit, I don't know how much is related to the pain points. Like, is he even interested in tracking macros in the first place, right? Is he bought into the idea of tracking macros in the first place? So, yeah. Okay, I hope I did the homework well. Okay,